about you choosing violence. If you see me out.
Hey guys, my name is Ejiro and welcome to my channel. So for those of you who are coming to my channel for the first time, welcome. Hi, how are you? What's good? And for those of you who have been rocking with me for just a little while, because I've only been doing this for a tiny bit, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into what this video is about, don't forget to like this video, comment and subscribe, just because you know it's gonna be a good video. Okay, so today I am going to be doing a makeup tutorial. I feel like this has been on my mind since I started my channel. I've always wanted to do one and I don't know why I've just, you know, not done one until now, because I've just been busy or whatever. But I said, no, today I'm gonna film one. I'm going out tonight with some friends from work, so I said, why not just do it? And yes, like this is like my go-to glam every time I do my makeup. I don't do makeup every day, but when I do, I have a set routine that works for me every time, with a bit of variables here and there, because if I want to like shake things up a bit. But for the majority of the part, I do the same thing, and I've been doing that for the last year or so. So I just wanted to show you guys and share it with you guys. Why am I so nervous? Anyway, if this is something you are interested in seeing, please stay tuned for the video. Yeah. Okay, so I just thought that I would basically just update you guys on my life and just maybe, you know, talk a bit about absolutely nothing while I do my makeup today. So yeah, I feel like my makeup started getting really good, you know, maybe 2-3 years ago, I could say. Like, I've always been into makeup, but like I just really upped my game 2-3 years ago, and now I have a technique that works for me every time, and I'm hopeful that some of you guys can take away something from this. So I've already washed my face. I've already, you know, done all my skincare routine. Literally all I need to do is just start my routine. So the first thing I like to do after I've done my skincare is I like to go in with some sunscreen. This is the Black Girl sunscreen in SPF 30, and I've literally had this for, I don't even know how long. I've had this for a very long time, and it just works every time. One thing I love about it is that you don't need a lot. You literally just need a dab here or there, and it goes such a long way. Like, you do not need much. And I just love doing this before I do my primer, because I just feel like it just makes my skin sticky, ready for the primer. The primer makes it more sticky, and then the foundation just glides on. I don't know. I've always just loved putting sunscreen on before I do my makeup. So yeah, just put on the sunscreen, rub it in. Oh, there's a hair in my eye. Rub it in. I literally don't put on too much, like just enough. And if you're a black girl and you're not using sunscreen in your everyday life, what are you actually doing with yourself? Like, it does so much, prevents wrinkles, makes your skin glow. Like, it's just, sunscreen is where it's at. And this gives you no cast. You don't have a cast from the normal sunscreens. This is just for black girls. So we love that for us. After I put on the sunscreen, I like to go in and start my brows. Sorry, I don't have a mirror here, so I'm gonna be using my my palette, my Revolution palette. I don't know what it's called. Make a Revolution London palette. That mirror is my trusty mirror, and I use it all the time. So let's start our brows. I really should have like prepped everything and like just kept everything out, but I didn't even know I was gonna do this today. So sure. Yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna go in to fill my brows with my Benefit Precisely brow pen. This is just amazing. It does everything for you. You know, it has your spoolie, it has your, you know, end of the stick. It's great. I love it, not gonna lie. So I find recently I like to do my brows like really arched. well, not like extremely arched, but just really arched to give you that like snatched look, you know, like that fox eye look, but not the fox eye look. So what I do, and this works especially after I've had like my brows shaped and stuff, but I haven't had those done in a while. So I was just gonna draw the line where I want my brows to go up, and then I just cover the rest with concealer, like I shape it with concealer. So I'm literally like drawing up here for my brows. Anyway, I'll show you. I don't know, I'm talking so much. So I want the arch to go like this. So I just go up. And you see the way my brow ends here? I'm gonna make it end there. I'm gonna make my brow end all the way up here and then just go in at the top. So I like to outline it first before I fill it. And I'm trying to get into thin brows because I used to love a good thick brow. Like who didn't back in 2016? But I just want to keep my brows thin as possible. And then I literally just fill it in. Literally, I like to make my brows go as like deep, as close into like up here. So then when I conceal it, it's just giving me a, do you know what I mean? And then I just go back in with the spoolie. Lovely. So I'm gonna shape it up and conceal now. My go-to grail for concealing under my brows is the Too Faced. This is a Too Faced concealer. It works every time. I don't like a very bright underbrow. I don't like my underbrows to be so bright. So I'm not going in with a super light concealer. Let me just get a brush. So I just go in with the Holy Grail, the Too Faced Concealer, best concealer on the planet, you know what I'm saying? That's what I go in with, and it always does the trick. So let me just conceal real quick under my brows. Oh, I didn't tell you the shade. This is shade Maple. So I just go in at the start here because I want to make my arch define, and I go in all the way. And you can see I'm actually concealing over my actual bottom of my brows because I want to have this arch look. And I always do it like this. Always works like a charm. This one always makes me like feel like the top, I don't know, sometimes I can mess up the top real good, but not today. I'm gonna make this as good as I can for you guys. Yeah. And that is it. That is my fully done one brow. So you can clearly see the difference between this and this. I've given myself a beautiful arch where like I do have an arch naturally, but it's just not giving like this. Look at the difference. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do the other brow off camera. I'll be back. Okay, so now that I've done the other brow off camera, I'm gonna go in and prime my face. So I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I just got this when I was in Sephora in California last month. And listen, I've been a bit all over the place with my primers. Like I loved the Milk. Then I went back to just a generic Sephora primer. I used to use the Too Faced primer. But this primer I've been using for maybe like 2 weeks now. And it's been good so far. You know, definitely does make my skin look airbrushed, which is always the goal. And I always love matte primers. Like, I'm a matte girl. I want to look matte. I have oily, normal, combination skin is what I'll say. So my T-zone obviously will get oily, and I just want to look matte all the time. So yeah, just gonna go in with some of this. I love putting them under my eyes too. I love that. And it just actually just goes on your skin like butter. It literally feels so good on your skin. I don't even know how to describe it. It just feels good. By the way, if people are new to this channel and don't know a bit about me, I recently, how am I saying recently? Like, I haven't lived in Australia for like a year. Well, I moved to Australia, Melbourne to be precise. I moved here like a year and 4 months ago, and I went away just there for 3 months, back home and traveling, and I'm back now in Melbourne for the last 2 weeks. Love it as always, as I always have. If you want to see how I moved here, go look at my vlogs, my previous vlogs. Yeah, but I was living somewhere else in the city. I love the city, by the way. Melbourne City gives me New York vibes in a more understated way, because obviously New York is New York. But Melbourne just has that vibe. It's very chill, it's very progressive, it's very multicultural. If anyone is thinking of moving here, it is very, very multicultural, which I absolutely love. But yeah, I had to leave my last apartment. So I'm just living in a different side of the city, but I still love it. I still have all the same amenities as the last apartment. Like, I have my gym, I have my pool, I have my sauna, I've got a massive, like, not a rooftop garden like the last one, but like a middle ground garden. So yeah, I can't really complain, you know? It is a good setup, not going to lie. Okay, foundation time. Time for foundation. So I like to mix up my foundation. So I like to use just a normal Sephora foundation. It works well. Don't hate on Sephora. They do some good stuff. And I use this one in Foncé Deep. That's what I use. And then I go over it with my beautiful NARS. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in, what shade is this? Ugh, what shade is this? I don't know what shade this is, but this is really good. This is really, really good. I love to like do my Sephora on this side, Sephora foundation, and then go up here at my NARS. So let's do that. I use cheap makeup brushes in it, by the way, so don't be asking for recommendations on my brushes, because yeah. But anyway, I'm living in a different part of the city. I'm loving it. So I've already started putting my foundation on, sorry. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I don't like dab. I know a lot of people do that, but for me, it just makes sense to just stroke. So I just literally stroke it on. I stroke it on like a love letter or something. Whoosh. Yeah. I just stroke it on. And because of all the stuff I put on my face, it literally glides on like butter. Butter! And I still bring it down to my neck. But yeah, I just stroke it on. I bring up some to my forehead. I don't like to wear a lot of foundation. I don't know, it's just me. I don't like to have too much product on my face. I think a little goes a long way. And I also put on quite a bit of concealer, so I don't want to put too much foundation on. So I think that's enough of the Sephora one. And now I'm gonna go in with my NARS. And I literally just do 2 pumps. I go up here, I go up here, I go up here, here, here. That's all I need. That is all I need. Like I said, I stroke it on. I don't pat. I hate patting. It just doesn't just stroke it on. Go in between my brows. Okay, I think I have enough foundation on now. Yeah. One of my favorite parts is concealer. It just changes the game. It changes the game. My second favorite part is bronzer. Oh my god. Obsessed with bronzer. I want to look as warm as possible. Like, I don't want to look neutral. I don't want to look, I want to look warm. I love looking warm, especially in pictures when it comes out and you're just warm, glowing, pink cheeks. Ooh, love it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I've got a few concealers. Got a few in my hands, as you can see. I go in with my Too Faced concealer, like I've already said, that I use for my brows, and this is the shade Maple. So what I like to do is that I just go in here, and I go here, and I go here. I go here, here, and here. So those are the placements that I like to do. Then I go on my nose, my forehead, over my mouth, and here. And you can see that I'm barely putting any on because I have so many concealers I want to build up. There's no point in me like caking it on. I don't like that type of look. So I'm gonna let that dry a bit. I love the way I'm like doing this makeup tutorial, and I'm literally so late. Like, it is 8:07. That's another thing. It's 8:07 Australian time. What time is it in Ireland actually right now? It's 8:07. 8:07 p.m. So, oh my god, it's only 9 a.m. in Australia, in Ireland right now. Anyway, so I'm doing all this and I'm supposed to be at dinner at 8:15. LMAO, stop the jokes. So I'm obviously gonna be late, but do you know what I mean? I have to have this done for you guys. I've been saying I would, so I have to do it. So now that it's dried in a bit, I just go in with my concealer brush. You can literally use any type of brush. I used to use a beauty blender and I just felt that it just soaked up too much of the product. So I stopped using it and I'm happier with it without it. Yeah. So I just go in and I just blend. I literally just blend. Like I said, I just dab my concealer all the way up to my eye. Dabbing this on my nose too. And I like a medium to bright under eye. A lot of people probably watch this and be like, oh my god, like by the time I'm done, that's not medium, that's bright. But let me tell you now, if you see what some people do, you will know that my under eye is medium. Like, no shade, but 100% my under eye is not crazy bright. I just don't think it suits me when it's that bright. That's just what I believe. Anyway, so that's blended in. I also like to do like the size of my mouth. I don't know why. I'll just do that. Now we're gonna go in with the Juvia's Place concealer. This is in shade 13. And I just love this concealer. It's so creamy. You really only need just a tiny bit. Like, Juvia's Place did their thing with that concealer. So I just go in again. Same step, same routine. You see that? Dark circle's gone. Magic, right? Makeup literally is magic. Like, it just does what it's supposed to do every single time. I love makeup. I feel like I used to experiment a lot, and I don't know, maybe you just get comfortable in your makeup routine and you don't experiment. I used to rock like white eyeliner. I loved white eyeliner, but I just love the way it just, you know, it's therapy. I love it. And then I'm gonna go in with my Tarte concealer. This is Shape Tape, and I'm gonna use the shade 475 Tan Deep Sand. This is pretty light, so I'm not gonna go overboard. This is the Tarte concealer placement, same as always. And I'm just gonna blend that in also. And last but not least, my Fenty Beauty concealer, Holy Grail. This is the Instant Retouch Concealer Pro Filter in 345, the best shade alive. Because let me tell you, this concealer is game changing. It is so yellow, it makes you instantly warm as heck. I love it. Love, love, love it. Just, that's my favorite concealer, hands down. For under my eye though. If it's not under my eye, obviously the Too Faced is gonna get you where you need to go. But the Fenty Beauty one in 345, I just love how warm it makes your under eye look. Love it. Look at that. Look at that. My under eye is killing it right now. Killing it right now. Now, what I like to do immediately is that I like to go in with my MAC Studio Fix. This is in NC 43.5. It's a Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation, and it's life-changing. Like, I don't go around with like just normal foundation. I go around with this in my handbag. I like to use a flat brush for the Studio Fix powder. I just find that it works really well. So what I do is I just go in and I just tap, press it in, but tapping under my under eye. And I just keep doing that until I have this blurring effect. Like, do you see the difference between this and this? I feel like that's blurred. I feel like that's a blurred effect. So I like to go in around my mouth. I love to go in under my nose. So I know I get oily under my nose. It's really strange. But let's do that. Okay. So then I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty. My Huda Beauty Baby Bake loose powder in Blondie, the shade Blondie. And my trusty Morphe Powder Puff. I love this. This is literally what I do. So I just tap, tap, tap onto my Morphe Powder Puff till I've got loads. And I just go in and I just attack my under eye basically. I press it in. Press it in. If you don't have a powder puff and you're still using a beauty blender to set under your eye, please rethink. Please rethink. Because I'm telling you, I used to be those girls that be like, oh my god, a beauty blender is the best thing that ever happened to this world. Why would you not use a beauty blender? Until I finally gave into the hype and got a powder puff. And I'm not even joking. It changed my life. Maybe not change my life because that's a bit dramatic, but it did a good job, you know? I just feel like it's just so much more better than a beauty blender. I don't know. Maybe because I really don't know, and I can't even tell you why. I just know that it works great. And you should get one. Please get one. Okay, I actually don't have much time, so I need to hurry the heck up. And then I like to go in with my, where's my Laura? Oh yeah, my Laura Mercier translucent honey. This is another staple. And what I like to do is I just like to take a tiny bit and I just literally just dab under my eye like this. I literally just dab like this. It's kind of like a mini version of baking, but not baking. I don't see it as baking. So next I like to use my Too Faced palette and Light My Fire. I have multiple palettes, but this palette I just got recently in America again, in California, and I just love it. It just has all the shades that you need. I just use it for my under eye and it just does the job. So I go in with this shade here. Ooh, this one. And I just cover my lid in this color. So I feel like back in the day, I used to always conceal and, you know, did I just say under eye? Conceal my lid with whatever. But nowadays, why? I don't see the point. Like, I don't understand why I need to do that. Like, the hyperpigmentation actually works as eyeshadow. So, press this powder in under my eye. Just press it in. Gosh, I didn't realize how much time filming a makeup tutorial takes. Yeah, I thought I could just be in and out. Nope. Nope. Anyway. Now I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner. I just use the Sephora liquid liner. Literally, it's just intense liquid eyeliner, Sephora, and it does the job. So I like to give myself a good wing, and because I have heavy lidded eyes, I make this. So it's not a straight line, it's this kind of like rectangle or something. I don't know my shapes, but you see what I mean? I don't know if you can see it, it just works. I'll do my lashes off camera, but before I do that, let's bronze. So I don't liquid contour, I just powder contour, and that's what I do. It works for me, that's my technique. Where is it? So I go with my Morphe bronzer palette, best palette in the world, best bronzer. It is in the shade Supreme. I think everyone in their girlfriend has this palette, has this bronzer. It's just so good. Best palette ever. Anywho, so I just go in. Why am I shouting? I go in and I just tap, tap, tap. My powder puff. Okay. Bronze, bronze, bronze. I love to look bronzed. Like I just came back from holiday or something. Like I just love looking so bronzed. Now I'm gonna contour my nose. This type of angled brush with the same Morphe palette. Morphe bronzer. And I'm just gonna go in and just start lightly shaping my nose. I kind of mix up my contours on my nose sometimes. Sometimes I do the scissor contour. Sometimes I'm lazy like today and just do a normal contour because I don't have time. Then I like to go back in with my flat brush and my MAC Studio Fix foundation powder and just smooth out and make it less harsh. So let's do the edges here. I'm so late to dinner. I have to smooth this out. I used to like a harsh nose contour, not anymore. And then I go in with my blush brush. And from this palette I've been using, I use these two shades. This orange and this red. Sometimes this pink. I can just use whatever I want. And I just highlight. Highlight. Put blush on. To add to my bronze look. So I put my lashes on off camera. Just went for something cute, and I lined my under eye with brown liner. Just something cute, something simple. Now I'm just gonna do my lips, and then I'll set my face, and then I'm done. Whew, hopefully they don't kill me for being too late. So I'm gonna go in with the Revolution lip liner. What is the shade? Oof, I do not know. It's Satin Kiss lip liner. I don't know the shade though, but anyway, it's really dark and it's just lovely. So I like to overline my lips. So I just go in. Like that. And I just, oh, I'm gonna too much, but definitely a bit. After that, I go in with my Fenty Beauty. Oh my god, I didn't realize I'd smashed this. Jeez. In my Stunner Lip Paint in Uncuffed. Shout out Rihanna, she killed the Super Bowl halftime show. And I just put a tiny it. Not much. Just a tiny bit. I do that, but what draws it all together in the last step is my Revolution Pout Balm in the shade Candy. This is a lip plumper. It stings, but it is so good. Oh my god, I just love the way it brings everything together. Like, see this? It just does it every time. I just love this lip combo. I just think it just rocks. It rocks! So the last thing I do, before I set my face, I need to put on some highlight. I don't even know what my highlight is, so I'm just gonna go in with this silver and just lightly dab. I don't wanna look too crazy, just a little on the nose, a little here, a little there. Oh, actually really works. I like it. Last thing I do is I go in with my Morphe Jumbo Continuous Setting Mist and I just spray the heck out of my face. And then I just fan it. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the finished look. I think I did a good job. Well, I did it like, this is my go-to look. This is what I do all the time and it always eats every single time. So yeah, that's how I get my perfect base, might I add. I think my base is perfect. I don't know if anyone else thinks. What do you say in the comments? Is it perfect? It is. Bye and see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. You know the drill. Please tell me what you want me to do in the comments. If you want me to do another makeup tutorial, if you want me to do whatever, just let me know so I can do it, you know. But I hope you really enjoyed this video and I had fun making it for you. Bye. See you next time.